going to be going over short stack shoving strategies in multi-table tournaments and sit and goes. First, I'm going to go through just some of the general ideas and stuff to talk about with short stack shoving, and then we'll get into some examples and some more in-depth examination of what we're about to go over. First, we really want to understand what the shove is, and the shove is basically, as you can see in this example, shoving all your chips in, or also known as going all in a tournament or in a sit and go without strong cards. Now you can shove with strong cards, but really it's just the idea of surviving in a tournament, knowing when to be utilizing these techniques, when it's favorable mathematically, and those are the types of stuff we're going to be going over right now. Really, the shove is a really important part of a tournament or a sit and go arsenal. It's something that you should understand. It's also something that you should feel comfortable with. It is tough to, for example, in this situation, this is the $500 buy-in Sunday Million tournament. I've spent the whole tournament accumulating 220,000 in chips, and now I'm putting it all in there with King 6. So it goes against everything you're taught really in poker, but it's really a survival mechanism that to become a successful tournament player, you need to realize when you need to utilize this type of maneuver. There have been many tournaments and sit and goes where I've been short stacked for a substantial part of the tournament, a majority of the tournament, and then end up surging at the end and winning them or doing well in them. And really this is because I utilized some of these short stack shoving techniques that I'm about to show you. I have a golden rule for you. It is something that I use pretty religiously. It is something that I came up with years ago. There's actually been similar ideas written about since then, actually by Dan Harrington in one of his books. But basically, it is called the 20% rule. And let's talk about exactly what the 20% rule is and what it means, and how we're going to use that to decide when and where to shove. So simply breaking down the 20% rule. The 20% rule is the idea of if you were to win the pot uncontested, just stealing the blinds and antes, what percent would that increase your stack by? And if it increases your stack by 20% or greater, then mathematically it's okay to shove there. And basically the idea behind this is that by shoving there, and if everyone folds, like in this situation here with King 6, I'm shoving here. If everyone folds, I'm going to go ahead and pick up 57,500 in chips, which if you just take a look at my stack of 220,000, a 20% increase there would be 44,000. So it's actually increasing my stack by almost 30%, right around 30%, if I get everyone to lay down to this shove. However, sometimes we're going to get called, and especially with hands like King 6 or worse, you're rarely going to be in the lead, but usually you'll find yourself only as a 40-60 dog. Occasionally worse of a dog than that, but generally it's going to be a 40-60 dog. So really what this bet is doing is you're trying to find spots where you're going to be able to pick up more than 20%, and you feel like that's going to be successful. Well, it will be successful a decent amount of the time. The times it isn't, you get called. Now, hopefully, you've already picked up a couple steals so that when you get called, really you're gambling with stolen money type. That's the type idea, and now you're playing for a bigger pot, even though you're a dog. So ideally, you're just looking to pick up the chips, but the backup plan is to win at showdown. And if you win the backup plan, you're going to be winning a nice pot. You're going to more than double up, and find yourself in a great situation as far as feeling comfortable about your stack size now.